Hello everyone, welcome back to One United again. Manchester United daily news. Well, before the negativity surrounding us yesterday, so I'm very happy, to say that we have some positive news. Some positive news, a couple of positive news actually. Hopefully it can lighten up the mood or cheer up the mood. I know I'm feeling a bit optimistic with the news, right? So before I start, again, please hit the like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Click the bell button to get notified for our latest content. We'll always try to bring you the latest and interesting, exciting Manchester United news. Okay, let's start. Firstly, on the headline, Sancho confronts Dortmund's board. So basically, Fabrizio Romano has explained in his Here We Go podcast today. If you want to watch that, you can follow Fabrizio Romano's Twitter and you can subscribe to his podcast. There's a lot of interesting stuff with regards to transfer. Some free promotion there for Fab. So he said that Sancho has directly spoken with the board of Dortmund, informing them that he is interested to join United. However, he would not agitate it for a move. He would not submit a transfer request, or he would not, act up down tools like what Dembele did, like what Neymar used to do with Barcelona. So basically, he said he won't do that, but he's very, very much interested in joining Manchester United. I think this shows the type of personality, the type of character Sancho is. He's very respectful of Dortmund. He appreciates what Dortmund did to him in terms of his football development. I think rightly so. He should do that. Appreciate, respect from a place that have developed you, given you so much. So I think that's a good move from Sancho. But in an indirect way, for him going to meet the board, and having that conversation, frank, I would say heart to heart conversation, heart to heart conversation, that indicates that in a way it is a unofficial transfer request, but did in a very politeful manner, very respectful manner. So that's very good of Sancho, and that's interesting development. That just shows that Sancho really wants to come to United, right? So again, and then he continued. Fabrizio continued. United board still convinced they can get Sancho. Yeah, convinced FC, Manchester Convinced Football Club. Let's hope that their confidence really does materialize to action, and we do get Sancho. We get Sancho to the end line, right? To the finishing line. This deal, I'm not sure how fast they can do it, but let's hope it will be done. And Fredrik Feldtvedt, if I pronounce it correctly, I hope I pronounce it correctly. Fredrik Feldtvedt. He's a Norwegian journalist. He has a really good context, a really good connection with Oli. He's quite reliable, according to Jan Eik, he's quite reliable. So he was saying, but Oli has spoken again to Sancho, right? And both of them during the conversation, Oli reiterating how much he wanted Sancho to come to United, and Sancho, of course, I think would say he wanted to come, and both of them believe that a deal will happen. Sancho will eventually come to Manchester United. It looks imminent. Manchester imminent FC. So this is very good. I'm just going to say exciting. Very good, positive news. I'm cautiously optimistic. I would say cautiously excited by these developments. Because both come from a very reliable source, especially the Fab story, right? So as always, the last part is for United to agree a deal with Dortmund in terms of either matching the fee or structure payment where Dortmund will be satisfied. So let's see if that can happen. But again, like I said yesterday, Dortmund doesn't want any add-ons. Even Fabrizio has said they don't want add-ons. Even the easy add-ons like number of goals, number of appearances. Even that they are not interested. They strictly want a guaranteed payment. They can accept installments, but they want a guaranteed payment. So let's see how United board deals with this. Like I said, I'm still confident. I said I need like I said yesterday, I need a reliable source talking about this again today for me to feel 100%, my 100% confidence is intact. So now since Faber come out and say that, and Frederick has come out and explained that, so I'm still 100% confident Sancho will come. 100% confident. Feeling a bit, like I said, cautiously optimistic. I think at this point, I think all of us can feel a bit cautiously optimistic. You know, if looking at the way United do business, especially big marquee signings, always drag until the final day of the window, and you can see the pattern with Maguire, with Bruno Fernandes. So again, like I said, cautiously optimistic, right? But have faith. I still think it's gonna happen. Sancho will come. And Frederick also said that United are still targeting at least 2 more players, right? So who are these 2 players? Well, one of them might be Thiago. Christian Falk, like I said, who's tier 1 for German football, especially Bayern Munich. In his podcast, in his interview with Stratford Paddock, I think today, the interview was today, earlier today, he explained that Thiago, Liverpool, still feels that the fee demanded by Bayern is quite high, still expensive, at 30 million euros. Wow, Liverpool really don't have money, didn't they? 30 million euros. And United may swoop in. He even said that Bayern is expecting bids from United. They are waiting for a bid from United, basically. I think because there might be something, because they might know that Liverpool might not want to match the pricing or the fee that they set, and they know United interest, because United has spoken to Thiago's camp as well, has spoken to Thiago in terms of personal terms. So just waiting, and he also said that United will make a move as soon as they know that Liverpool will pull out from this deal. So I think there's still an element of doubt from United in terms of Thiago's motivation, whether he do want to come, because Liverpool was always his first choice, right? Was his first choice, I think, because Liverpool is the first club that shown interest in him. So Liverpool is his first choice, but now United came to the fore. So there's a bit of uncertainty there. So I feel United might wait. If it ever happens, it's going to be late as well. It's going to be, you know, quite late as well during the almost to the end of the window, because like I said, United want to wait for Liverpool to make a move or not make a move. Now the theory, I would say maybe Bayern is using our name to practically, you know, forcing Liverpool to make a bid. But no, since it's from Christian Falk, I would tend to believe, because he's reliable. So I do feel United have interest, like I always say, have interest. They are already gauged Thiago's interest in United. I think they are interest. I think Thiago do have interest to come to United, but maybe he have made it clear that Liverpool is still his first choice. But in the event Liverpool doesn't come, he would very much like to join United. I think that's where we are at the moment with regards to Thiago. So I think United, like I said yesterday, they will wait until almost at the end of the window, you know, again try to play, you know, try to give a low ball offer, kind of like forcing Bayern's hand, because you have a player unsettled, player want to leave, and the window is almost ends. So United might try that tactic, but who knows? Maybe, like I said yesterday, Liverpool might try doing the same thing. So this Thiago deal, or Thiago saga, as Fab says, is quite interesting to keep an eye on. Let's see who bluff first. I mean, who blinks first. Either it's going to be Bayern, Liverpool, or United, right? So let's see what happens. So and no story yet on Telles. A bit of story on Telles. United has been offered Telles. Wait, let me check on that. What is that? Sorry about that. United have been offered Telles, like I said yesterday, 20 millions. I think United might try and want to negotiate that. But still no movement from United regarding that, after we failed to get Reguilon yesterday. And again, I think it will be the same pattern. I think United might wait a bit. I don't think they're gonna go crazy and do all 3 deals, you know, by the end of the window. That would be crazy, because you know, United, we can't do multiple deals at one time, which is a joke with for a club with the size of United. It's a joke that we're gonna do multiple deals at a time, but that it is what it is. That's how United operates. So I think, if anything, I would say Telles might be the first among these 3. Telles might be the first if it were to happen, Telles might be the first to be signed. And then Thiago, and lastly will be Sancho. That is if we have the money to purchase all three, right? But I think, given the choice, if Ole was given the choice, either Telles or Thiago, I have a sneaky feeling he might choose Thiago, considering Thiago is world class compared to Telles, and we have cover there. In terms of fullbacks, we have I know we have great cover. We have Williams there, who's a right-footed, who I feel should play right back anyway. Fosu Mensah have played there once or twice in last season. Played quite well, so maybe it's something that Ole might want to see again. And quite unfortunately, Ethan Laird has injured, so he won't be available in the early of the season. So I know it's quite thin on the left back cover for sure, but I have a sneaky feeling if you have to choose between Telles and Thiago, I think he would choose Thiago. Simply because Thiago would totally take our midfield to a different level, to the next level. But interesting to see what happens with with Matic, with McTominay, with Fred. McTominay who plays quite well, I think, in the first half against Villa in the preseason game. So quite interesting. But like I always said, you need depth, you need squad. You're gonna fight from all fronts. You have the Premier League, you have the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. So I think having how many we have? We have Fernandes, Pogba, Van der Beek, Matic, Fred, McTominay. Then we have Pereira, and 7. If you add Thiago, we have 8. So 8 players. If we do add Thiago, 8 players for three spots. So that means 5 backup. I think we can change it a bit in terms of the games, in terms of when it comes to the low cups competition. And I think Pereira might be on the fringes anyway, so might make it at 7 for out of 3. 7 players to fight for 3 positions, so I think it's really good depth. If you like a CD, I think they have that kind of depth, so why shouldn't we have that kind of depth, right? If you have a chance to sign a world-class player who can take our team to the next level, then do it, right? You have to do it. You don't have to feel. I mean, it's time to be ruthless. We have to be ruthless. We have been being left behind, especially from City and Liverpool. So it's very painful to see. So I think it's time to be ruthless. I know if you got Thiago, I know some of my friends were saying, then what's going to happen to Fred? I think it's quite unfair to Fred. I know he's been fantastic last season, but like I said, we have to be ruthless, and we need the competition. Like I said, we have 50, 60 games a season, depending on how deep we go to the Champions League and the Cup competition. And considering the schedule is very hectic this season due to the coronavirus, due to the delay of start of the season, so I think it won't hurt us at all if we have this kind of depth, especially when we're gonna play maybe 3 games a week. I think there's a period we might play 3 games a week for consecutive weeks, so that's kind of crazy if you think about it. So having that kind of depth is really useful, especially not just depth but with the quality as well. So that's where I think Ole might fancy Thiago more than Telles. Okay, that's on Thiago. And lastly, it's not a transfer news but a very interesting news, quite interesting. Okay, let me open that Twitter. I'm gonna tweet you guys. So according to Nets Daily, I'm not sure is Nets Daily is or basically it's Boston Nets Twitter account. So Brooklyn Nets an NBA team. So what being reported is that according to close contacts in Moscow, Mikhail Prokhorov, again I will pronounce that right, Mikhail Prokhorov, a billionaire who is owner of the Brooklyn Nets, an NBA team, is interested in buying United. So it's reported that he is ready to return to sports industry, but as of now it's just a request. Maybe it's just an inquiry. Sounds quite good. I'm not sure how Mikhail operate, because this news just popped up just now, so I didn't have the chance to really dig into how he managed his Brooklyn Nets. But I know that he's very rich. His net worth is 11 billion. So I don't think he has any problem giving the Glazers $1 billion just to chase them out. But again, You don't want to. I have a saying. I have a local saying here in Malay. It says, "You escape from a tiger's mouth, but you just go into a alligator's mouth." So, if you don't want to see that kind of situation happen to us, where we feel, oh yeah, Glazer's gone, but suddenly the new owner is no better, or even might be even worse. So I think sometimes we have to be careful what we wish for. But again, hashtag GlazersOut, I think we should keep that energy going, because that is trending, I think, for quite some time now. I think especially this week, it's really been trending in Twitter. So I think regardless whether do we get Thiago, Sancho, or whatnot, I think the GlazersOut campaign or energy should continue. I think if you're asking what can we do, just I think as fans, what we can do is focusing on the social media, posting here with the hashtag GlazersOut. Eventually, if there are 1.3 billion United fans throughout the world, the whole globe, if like even 40% of us were to keep doing that consistently, eventually it will show. I think, especially eventually the club will sort of pick that up. Feel the unrest between the fans. I know it's a bit extreme if you said let's stop going to stadium, let's stop buying any merchandise, buying the clothes. But I think that's a bit hard to do, because if by the end of the day you love the club, right? You love the club. Like once I love the club, and for someone like me, who was not from Manchester or even from England or Europe, most of us here can only feel affiliated with the club with those merchandise, having especially the shirt, the kit, or any other merchandise like the cap or whatnot, sweaters. So I don't think not buying kits or merchandise, it's gonna work. So but putting pressure, I think social media, sort of what I'm trying to say, I hate to use this word, but kind of like doing a bit cyberbullying to the Glazers, so that's why we use social media to keep putting pressure on them. So that's why I hope this doesn't fade away, the GlazersOut campaign. We just keep the energy and keep it going, just posting your social media, post any info on Glazers, especially like you said, Swiss, I forgot what is that I share with you guys. I forgot that Twitter account, but share had that they almost taken out detail how much money that the Glazers has taken out from us, all this while in the last 10 years, around 300 million total, a billion throughout their ownership, and not a single penny being banked in from them to United. Totally different from Abramovich, totally the opposite. So let's hope for the best, especially on a Sancho deal, and maybe we might get a surprise with Thiago. Well, we never know. So that's the only updates I have for you guys. I can share with you guys today. So like I say again, please hit the like button, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And I would just like to share, we have a new segment with my team and other speakers, which is Kira and Zoro, I think. So for those of you who speak Malay, especially the Malaysians, our Malaysian viewers, or those who can speak Malay, we do have a new segment where we spoke in Malay during that segment. This is because we have quite a few numbers of requests, especially from the Malay speaking viewers. They want a Malay segment, so we feel obliged to do that. So that's why we have a new segment where we spoke Malay in that segment. Of course, we usually, basically what we do, we're gonna summarize what I'm talking about day in day out during the week for that segment. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow again, with some other news, hopefully good news, more positive news again on Sancho. Like I said, cautiously optimistic. Okay, be cautiously optimistic. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.